So I'm going to present waste management. So let's first define waste management. So according to Demar Bass 2011, he described waste management as a process by which waste are gathered, transported, and processed before disposal of any remaining residue. So in short definition, before the waste is being disposed, it is first came into processed, like recycling or composting. And the hospitality industry has two main types of waste. First is the wet waste or the biodegradable waste, commonly consists of food waste. The second is the dry waste, also known as non-biodegradable waste, commonly consists of plastics and e-waste or electronic waste. Then we have the 5 R's. So first we have refuse. It means to refuse anything that your operations can do without, such as the use of plastics. Second, we have reduce. So from perishable items such as flowers to disposable items such as paper towels, the use of all such items can be greatly reduced with the right approach. Third, we have reuse. So the fact is most people these days understand the significance of restoring the ecological balance and therefore will not mind and may even appreciate a host that resorts to reusing items wherever and whenever possible. Fourth, we have recycle. So recycling is another key avenue through which you can greatly reduce the waste produced by your facility. In addition to buying recyclable products, you may also need to clearly classify different types of waste based on their recyclability and or recycling process and make sure the standards are religiously followed by your staff. And then lastly, rotting or composting. Food waste is another key component of stellar waste management system. All hotels produce large quantities of food waste that has to be disposed, which is another notable expense. Besides going to traditional compost bins, you can also invest your food composters, which let you compost large quantities of food waste without any hassles. And then let's go to the advantages and disadvantages of waste management. So first, let's identify its advantages. Number one, it keeps environment clean and fresh. Perhaps the greatest advantage of waste management is keeping the environment fresh and neat. These waste disposal units also make the people go disease-free and all the resultant waste are properly disposed and taken care of. Second, it saves earth and conserves energy. This characteristic of waste management includes specifically the recycling aspect, as the recycling of waste helps in reducing the cutting down of trees. This cutting of trees is mainly done for the production of paper. By using this method, we can use recycled waste to make quality papers rather than relying on trees. Also, recycling needs only a minimum amount of energy for utilization and complete processing. Number 3, it reduces environmental pollution. As explained above, waste management, if done in a proper manner, not only eliminates the surrounding waste but also will reduce the intensity of the greenhouse gases like methane, carbon monoxide, which is emitted from the waste accumulated. Lastly, it creates employment. Right from old bottles to tin cans and e-waste, all kinds of waste are collected and paid. These waste are then segregated according to the extent of pollution they cause to the environment, and these waste are recycled accordingly for various purposes. And then its disadvantages. So first, number 1, the process is not always cost effective. Yes, though it may pay cash to the contributors, the truth is this process needs a lot of money, time, and land to set up a plant and run. as the amount of waste that is being contributed to the waste product unit increases, so the number of plants that process these resources. Number 2, resultant products has a short life. This is also true since the resulting recycled product cannot be expected to have a durable quality, as the product itself has its origin from the remains of other trash waste products and heaps of partially used ones. Number 3, the sites are often dangerous, as the waste management sites include the landfills to recycling units under its aegis. These sites are highly susceptible to fungal and bacterial growth, thereby leading to various diseases. Number 4, practices are not done uniformly. Still, a large scale of these waste management practices are done only as a small-scale process and is mostly confined to residential homes, schools, and colleges, and is not practiced in a uniform manner in large industries and conglomerates, like in hospitality industry. And lastly, it can cause more problem. The waste management creates employment and it only has the ability to produce low quality jobs. These jobs include right from sorting the garbage collector to the intensive and laborious jobs that are needed in the factories and outlets. This daily basis collection of garbages will make the streets look unpleasant and unhygienic, leaving excess debris on the streets to rot up. And the waste management implementation. So first, the hotel must conduct waste management conference wherein staff and management of the hotel or the participants and the topics are discussed, like the importance of waste management in the business. Second is the proper training of staff, since they are the one who will perform the wage management program. Number 3, after the training of staff, the hotel can now implement the waste management initiatives. Number 4, aware and inform guests with new policies. So it is very important to aware guests, especially when they're going to check in. The hotel can offer booklets regarding the new policies talking about waste management importance. And lastly, after you have implemented informed guests, you should also monitor and track the performance of um, waste management program of your business to be able to identify if it is beneficial to your business and if it is followed correctly. Then it is the sustainable waste management framework. So before implementing the waste management in hospitality industry, the business must provide proper training to the staff who will perform waste management, and then must also provide waste management conference discussing the importance and the benefits that waste management can give to the business. And after that, the hospitality industry can now implement the waste management. So you can see in below, inputs are the waste, and followed by collecting and sorting. In this particular area, in collecting and sorting, the workers must have proper equipment and materials to avoid contamination and to avoid various diseases, as well as clean and sanitize site wherein waste are being stored and handled. The waste are also properly segregated and properly labeled. Then next, processing and resource. So here is the treatment and composting. It pertains to food waste. And then reusing and recycling pertains to recyclable waste. And then incineration or landfilling, it pertains to unrecyclable waste. So the outputs of these processes are for food waste are compost, for recyc- recyclable waste or secondary products, and for recyclable waste are useful energy. So after that, they can dispose the waste.